Welcome to the show. I'm Barry.
I'm Jimmy.
And this is Avant-Garbage, where two guys trash another guy's podcast. Sometimes we talk about movie news, but today we're talking about a new movie. Which new movie is that?
Usually I say, and we're talking about, and then you lead it to me.
It doesn't need to be an argument every time. We can just do it straight. No one's like sitting there keeping track like, usually he does this. Moose, you can't make noise. I let you in the podcast room. If you're going to be a dog, you got to be a dog quietly.
She needs a bed in here.
She doesn't really like a bed.
Oh.
She's a weird dog. Like
Well,
she doesn't.
She's scratching the carpet like she's trying to make it, fluff it up.
I know. That's what you'd think. But then you get her a bed and she just doesn't use it.
Maybe she just needs like a blanket.
Maybe a blanket. She doesn't really like dog beds. She likes human beds. And like her favorite toys are paper towel rolls and like a box. Like that, a cardboard box is her ideal. She's just kind of
cat.
Yeah, she's crunchy. She's a granola dog.
Yeah, makes sense for you.
Little things. Yeah, I guess so. I am drinking a Vermont Pilsner right now.
And I'm drinking an orange vanilla seltzer.
New flavor from Wegmans.
Yeah.
Pretty good, right?
Shout
Little
out
creamsicle action.
Yeah.
You want to say what the new movie is finally?
Today we're talking about The Bride.
That's right. And you always are saying that it's written and directed by, what do you always say? Jake's sister and Peter's wife, right? Is what you're always saying?
Yeah, I always talk about her in relation to the man.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to talk about The Bride. We'll start with a non-spoily review. We'll maybe give some streaming recs, although I haven't thought about it. Maybe we can just go off the dome.
We're going to have to cut that off.
We'll just go right off the neck bolts.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into spoilies, and then we are ending with our trivia segment, which will have a clever name today.
Nice. Just a disclaimer. When Barry got in the car yesterday, he did call it Frankenstein's chick, and I called him out.
I'm referencing I Think You Should Leave.
Oh.
You ever seen that?
I don't know.
Oh, you did? You not? I sent you the video, and you said you sent laughy emoji.
Oh.
That's from that. He's like, this guy wants to show Tim Robinson's character. He makes a video every Friday or whatever called Tasty Time Videos.
Yeah.
And one of them is he wakes up and it's like, "Dah, nah, nah," and he looks over and it's like a bowl of neck bolts. And he's like, "Oh no, I just slept with Frankenstein's chick." That's basically the whole thing. So I'm referring to this lovingly as Frankenstein's chick, which thematically makes sense also. Like I think that is something Maggie Gyllenhaal, or as you would call her, Jake's sister and Peter's wife, is exploring in this. There's a reason it's called The Bride ! In quotation marks.
Yep.
That's not too many things to do with a title, I don't think. You want to start out with the synopsis?
Yes. It says, "Welcome to Shima Sushi."
Oh, you're looking at the menu to the restaurant we're going to later.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Bride. In 1930s Chicago, Frankenstein asks Dr. Euphonius to help create a companion. They give life to a murdered woman as the bride, sparking romance, police interest, and radical social change.
True. It does get into that a little bit when it becomes the Joker a little bit.
Spoilers.
It's fine.
Directed by
Peter's wife and Jake's sister.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. All right?
Written and directed
Bit
by
over.
Stars Jesse Buckley,
Uh-huh.
Christian Bale,
Sure.
Annette Bening,
Yeah.
and Maggie's brother.
That's right.
Yeah.
There we go. Progressive. And Penelope Cruz. Let's not forget about her.
Yes.
And something Huff.
Oh, Julianne Hough. And Maggie's husband. Very progressive over here. Not unlike the other guy.
This is the Libs. They're doing a standing ovation outside in their blue hair.
Wow. At least you use the correct pronouns.
They, you. I don't know if that's anything. There's also a guy named Louis Cancel Me,
What?
which don't do that.
Are you kidding?
No, that's the guy that John Mulaney was supposed to play, Officer Goodman.
Louis Cancel Me. That's that a real name. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. He was a creepy guy. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, he's the rapey cop?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk about non-spoilies first. What are your overall impressions of this one?
It's an ambitious sophomore attempt by Maggie Gyllenhaal,
Mm-hmm.
but I do think ambition gets the best of her. in
Okay.
this.
I think she's doing too much.
I think, yeah, it's trying to be too many things. It's like Bonnie and Clyde. It's a detective noir. It's a musical at one point.
That's true.
It's a feminist Joker, like we said. And feels like she's trying to stitch together these genres just like Frankenstein.
Mm.
And some parts work. Some parts fall a little flat. I think there's a lot to like about this movie. So it's pretty 50-50 on, I think, if the audience is going to like it or not.
Sure. First 30 minutes, I thought this could be my favorite movie. I was
Yeah.
like, this is a masterpiece. I genuinely think there are monologues in the beginning that I want to look at the script and like study. Like there's some really interesting literary stuff going on in like the first third.
Yeah.
Once it starts to become the Joker a little bit and the plot gets very convoluted and there's attempts to connect some character dots that I think you could pull off effectively, but just weren't really pulled off effectively. It lost me a little bit and I started to fade out, and I don't know. I think it stuck the landing, but there was definitely some zone outs in like the second to third act for me.
Yeah.
What would you say, still non-spoilers, stood out to you in this? What did you like?
Great performances.
Yeah.
Jesse Buckley obviously kills it. Christian Bale always kills it. Standout, Peter Sarsgaard. Not related to Stellan Skarsgård.
No.
There's no K in this one.
Yeah, right. Christian Bale puts in a really classic, alluding to Boris Karloff. He's on the money, I think. I really love his performance as the creature. Frank is get named in this.
He's got the anger, but also the campiness.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, he blends that really well, and like the voice is perfect. And I know he kind of got that by they genuinely would like scream as loud as they could before filming, so his voice was all raspy.
Oh.
So he was like, "I want a raspy voice," and then kind of realized like I'll just do it, you know. And I think Jesse Buckley's task is actually tougher, which was to give a new identity to a pretty overlooked character, which I'll get to more when I talk about The Bride of Frankenstein, because I did watch the one from the 1930s before. She had to do her own thing, as Miles Morales would say, and I feel like she really did. Like it's very iconic. The look is very iconic, but still harkens to that original Bride of Frankenstein, and it's pretty unique. Like it has some interesting verbal ticks to her performance. Yeah, and there's a mechanic that I want to get into in spoilers as to like how she's kind of portraying this bipolar energy. And I think it's something really special. Like I'd be really surprised if this didn't give her a nomination for something. Maybe Christian Bale too. But I think the movie overall will probably be pretty forgotten in the next few years. But it has some good performances in it for sure.
Yeah. What did you think about the story?
I think that's where it falls short. I think it works really well at first. It's cool that we get some humanization of the Bride of Frankenstein before she is reanimated. I think that adds a really interesting dynamic and component to her character. And the noir storyline of the detectives blends really well with the gothic storyline of the Bonnie and Clyde love between Frank and
Ida.
Yeah, are we able to call her Ida? I get. Yeah, no, we find out she's Ida right in the beginning, actually. Yeah. That's not as mystery. Frank and Ida, that kind of gothic Bonnie and Clyde adventure blends really well with a noir detective story. I think those genres have a really great marriage.
Do you think they stuck the landing with it, though?
When she tried to bring the themes home, it was so on the nose, it was a little insulting. Some of the line deliveries and some of the writing towards the end reminded me of that moment in Avengers Infinity War when like the one girl character's getting beat up and all the other girls like stand in a line and are like, "We got you." Yeah. Like there's a little bit of that energy towards the end. Yeah. It does course correct and land, but like I said, there was a moment where I was like, this is going to be the most Barry movie I've ever seen. And unfortunately, it didn't sustain that. And that's a little bit of a disappointment. Yeah. I really think that's all I have to say in non-spoilers. I think it's worth a watch. If you're a literary person, definitely go see it. It's a bit of a wet dream for like the first hour. And if you just like a good performance, go see it. Yeah. But I don't think this is going to appeal to everyone. In fact, I saw a review on IMDb that was like slightly better than Scream 7, which is like not what you want critics saying, I don't think. Yeah.
It's very telling that the two literary adaptations that just came out, you're pretty positive on after watching it.
Yeah, and I'm positive on this one too. I'm overall positive. Okay, it's gonna be a positive discussion for me. I think you're a little down on it, maybe. I think Wuthering Heights is better.
Okay, interesting.
Wuthering Heights has less of an identity crisis than this movie.
Yeah.
But the highs in this movie are higher than the highs in Wuthering Heights, I would say.
Okay, yeah. So before we talk about spoilers, do you want to give a streaming rec?
Let me think. I guess if you're interested, the Karloff Frankensteins are on HBO. They're kind of worth a watch. I think it's kind of interesting how this harkens to it, and like they're classics for a reason. However, the thing that got Maggie Gyllenhaal interested in how she's going to portray the bride is how little the bride actually appears in the Bride of Frankenstein, which I'm going to just like put a pin in because it's in trivia.
Okay.
But it's still an interesting watch, and I guess like if you want another Frankenstein thing, the Guillermo del Toro one is worth seeing, although I don't think it's super faithful in the ways I wanted it to, and that is a Netflix movie, so you could stream it there.
Yeah, it's crazy that we got 2 Frankenstein adaptations.
In the last few months, yeah.
Yeah, one is pretty male centric, and one is a very feminist heavy.
Yeah, and I would say The Bride is way more ambitious and interesting and worth watching. She went for it more than Del Toro did.
Mhm.
I think this is way more interesting.
Yeah.
And like I said, that first act is like fucking bonkers and really cool and fun in this movie, where I didn't really experience that at all in Guillermo del Toro's.
Yeah.
Do you have a streaming rec that's on your mind?
No, it's kind of tough.
Oh, you could watch Poor Things. I don't know where that's streaming.
Yes.
But that is like the most interesting Frankenstein adjacent.
Yeah.
And the book is good too by Alistair Gray if you're interested in like a weird reading experience.
Yeah, I can't say anything about it except for that Michaela really loves that movie.
Poor Things?
Yeah, Michaela brought it up. That has a stronger stance and it holds.
100%.
True to it.
And it's way more subtle
Yeah.
about what it's standing for, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And that's a Lanthimos movie. So you know it's by a like seasoned vet. I think some of Maggie Gyllenhaal's direction in this gets a little messy, and we'll talk about where that happens.
On Hulu or Disney Plus.
Okay, great. So yeah,
Yeah.
give that a watch. I think that might have been a Fox picture. Well, now just called, what's it called? Just 20th Century Studios.
Yeah.
Any others you'd recommend?
No, there's not very many that are like this.
Yeah. What about like,
The Crow.
what about The Crow?
I'm just thinking about like
The new Skarsgård Crow.
No, not the new one.
The Sarsgaard Crow.
No. The Crow with Brendan Lee is about like bringing somebody back to life, but he's, a superhero instead.
Right.
So not the same thing, but it's a
And-
fun movie.
And then watch Rust. Have yourself a people who died from prop firearms
yeah.
marathon. Is that too dark for this?
Never.
Am I going to get myself Louis cancel need?
As soon as you looked at the laptop, I knew where it was going.
I did have to check. Okay, you want to talk spoilies?
Let's talk spoilers.
All right, the first kind of chunk of this